Hey y'all, I wanted to share something with y'all I found out last night that was pretty cool, but I wanted to first tell you how I came to that conclusion so it makes some sense. I was just laying here and going over and reflecting the things that I've gotten recently, and even, the whole time, just kind of deep in thought and thinking, you know, like we all do, Lord, are you, I know you're coming and I know it's soon, but like, am I wrong about these things? And, like being as soon as I think. And I had just got done watching Patrick at Hourly Watch's last video. I watch all theirs, and, he was pointing to the, second blood moon, I think it's November 8th. I don't know where he got the 11/11. I'm trying to remember, but I've got a bad memory. If somebody could fill me in on the comments. That's why I leave my comments open. I've liked the fellowship. I've learned so much from y'all and your feedback and you sharing things that y'all have received. I love that. 95% of my comments are good. So if y'all, like I said before, if y'all haven't got like at least a thumbs up from me, I haven't gotten it. So maybe repost it. Because I check all my comments. So I was sitting there thinking after watching his video, and I'm like, I know he's really adamant about it pointing to November, but that goes against pretty much everything I've gotten recently. And even like the dream 7 years ago, being back in what seemed like summer or warmer months about the planet alignment. Why would he show me that if it wasn't true, And I was just thinking about these things, and then it got me to thinking about the hearts. And the hearts I asked for last year, a little bit over a year ago, well, probably about a year ago now. And I asked him, and like I've told y'all in that longer hearts video, it hasn't gotten many views, but I realize it's longer. I go over all these different hearts that I have gotten in the last 2 months. And I asked him for a heart last year around May. And I'm like, Lord, if you're really coming soon, show me a heart on the ground. And the stipulations were they had to be on the ground, not anything naturally occurring like just a heart leaf, but something that would be hard to kind of explain away, and it had to be in my walk along my path that I knew it was from him. And I only received 2 last year within 6 months of, actually over 8 months, because I didn't receive any till February this year. So for 8 months I didn't receive any but 2. I received 1 like a month after, and I go over all this in great detail in that hearts video. Like, just search a few down, and it's like an hour and a half long. But, I keep it interesting because I go into each heart and how I got them and what they mean. So it'd be really encouraging if y'all haven't seen that. I know it's longer. Maybe speed it up to like 125 or whatever. But I talk probably really fast in it going over all these. So I'm thinking back on the hearts, like, why would he just now, after like 8 or 9 months, start showing me hearts so often? And back when I made the video, I made these of the different hearts and where they were, like on the ground or in roots or my hair that was cut, or roots in the ground. It was just puddles, and they were all on the ground. But I've gotten more since this. And I'm sitting there thinking it's been about, on average, 1 a week since mid-February. And I told him, don't even show me again, and until you're literally about to come. And then for the past 3 months, it's been maybe 15 times. And I'm not looking for these. I'm literally just being caught off guard. Go into my car or something, then they're right beside my car. I haven't even shared all of them with y'all. I've gotten a few since that I just kept to myself. I think I shared it in my last video because one just happened. But I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking, why is he showing me these hearts if we're going to be here till November? Is he just going to keep showing me hearts every week until November for 9 solid months? And I'm thinking, that don't sound right. And I got to thinking about the blood moon. I know like 99% of watchmen on here are dead set about it. It's got to be this blood moon. And I mean, he's never told me that or any other day, but you know, I didn't feel as excited about it necessarily as any other day. And something just told me, look at what time the blood moon is. And I kind of fought it off at first. I'm thinking, you know, sure, it'll probably be a cool Strong's Concordance number or something, because I had already done that. And back in, actually about a week ago, I was going to share a video because I watched a video about it and the times caught my eye. So what caught my eye in the video that, I hate how that does that now. I don't know how to make that. Alright, so the eclipse will last nearly 3.5 hours, beginning 2:28 GMT time and ending at 5:55. So 3 5s. It's like triple grace. But I looked them up to see what they meant, just out of curiosity. This was like May 1st. So if 2:28 means true, and 555 a stripping off, like of old self, maybe, you know. So I didn't think nothing else of that, but last night I'm like, I'm gonna look up the time it is here, because I hadn't done that. So I'm like, okay, I'll look it up, you know. And in Pensacola, where I live, it is literally at 11:11. And I kind of was like, whoa, this is crazy. Cause, as many of you know, that's something that it all started with me, and many of us see, you know, 111, 1111, 111 comments or likes, you know, that's how it started with me, is seeing that so many times. And as y'all know, Acts 1:11 is talking about Ascension Day. You know, Acts 1:11 says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus which is taken up from you into heaven shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So I know there was a lady who has a channel, Rhonda something, I ain't watched many of her videos, saying that she had a dream that he gave her that he will arrive on Ascension Day this year. And you know, it pulls up May 26th, but I mean, I don't know, you know, I'm watching every day, like I said, but I was just thinking about all these things, and didn't even know that the eclipse for me happened at 11:11. So that's kind of cool. I wanted to share that with y'all, but I was also just wanting to talk with y'all and get some of y'all's input. You know, I know many people leave the same type of comments that they've asked for confirmation and hadn't got it until recently. So to me, why would the Lord be giving us confirmations on things that we've asked for, like Me in the Hearts, and just all of y'all have left comments saying this same thing. So it makes me wonder, like, how much longer can we be here, you know? And like, why would we be here so much longer? And then like the dream I had 7 years ago, and if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's a dream I've shared several times over the last few videos. Just go down and look for a paper I drew about like the planet alignment. He showed me that 7 years ago, and it was a warm sunny day at the beach. So it definitely wasn't November. It was a warmer summer day at the beach, you know, in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I live in Florida, just a few miles in Pensacola now, but still, I mean, it was not November. And I didn't even know that there was alignments and stuff like that, which also makes me think, you know, like how I saw the stars falling in that dream before I even knew that that was biblical, or they could. You know, that's kind of led me to researching and trying to understand more, and would love to hear y'all's opinions on this too. You know, in Revelation 6, when the seals are opening, and I know a lot of channels have recently said this, and, you know, I know it's hard to think of another way than we've been taught our whole lives. We've been taught that the seals open in tribulation, but I'm honestly wondering now, have they been opened all along? Just over the course of time since Jesus came? I mean, I'm not saying it for sure. I'm just thinking out loud, having fellowship with y'all as brothers and sisters. You know, Revelation 6, where the stars are falling and stuff. That's what I saw. And it was a normal day before. Completely normal. Definitely was not the end of tribulation. So, I mean, it caught us off guard. That's when all these things started. It started with what Revelation 6 is describing. It was a normal day before. So, which has tried, you know, and then the stars thing. Like, to me, when it mentions stars in Revelation, it's all, well, not always, but most of the time, angels. So, was the stars that I was shown falling angels? And I know that lots of people have different opinions that we're in tribulation now. I don't necessarily think that. I know that, I mean, we're in tribulation as far as hard tribulation, just like John says, I'm your brother in tribulation. You know, the time right after Jesus was here, you know, came and was crucified, it started and was really bad, you know, like they were persecuting Christians, feeding them to lions and all kinds of stuff, and it was bad. It was definitely tribulation, but not the great tribulation. So that's possibly what he means. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I'd love to hear y'all's opinion of it, only because if you look at the seals, this stuff's kind of been happening for a long time, especially like the fifth seal, the martyr of all the Christians. Since the time of Jesus, millions, if not billions, of Christians have been killed. That didn't even stop until around the 1700s, to my understanding. I mean, lots and lots of Christians since Jesus. So it's just had me thinking that is what we've been taught by churches and man and their interpretation all along been possibly wrong. And I don't mean to step on any toes, but I'm just trying to think outside the box here. That maybe these seals have been opened all along, or maybe they all open at one time quickly. I mean, the inflation thing, we see that right now, but maybe it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly just thinking out loud. I would love to hear y'all's opinions. This has just been like a new revelation to me, and even thinking that the day of the Lord isn't just one day at the tail end of the tribulation, and that it's the whole great tribulation, and that the great tribulation is 7 whole years, and the day of the Lord is 7 whole years. These are just thoughts I've and ideas I've recently gotten, because that's not what I was taught my whole life by Baptist churches. So I'd love to hear y'all's opinion on it. And I mean, I know it's a lot, and I know it's very overwhelming, and I don't want anybody arguing over this. And most of my commenters are awesome, you know, like most of y'all are only talking with one another in fellowship and love, and I can truly see which people are my brothers and sisters by y'all's comments, because just like me, you might not agree, but you know, you can bring it peacefully, and that's what I love about it. But I just recently, just a couple nights ago, reread Revelation, and I can't, if y'all haven't seen Todd Adkins' last video, I watched it last night, and what he was saying about a book he read, and what it was saying about it might be worse than we even think. Because one of the things I saw in that dream was a loss of gravity, and always wondered, is that literal? Like, how would that ever happen? And would it be just for a moment or what? But I just kind of thought that maybe things going up was the rapture. I don't know. Maybe there literally is a loss of gravity, if not just for a moment, when poles shift. Because, the sixth seal is talking about worldwide earthquakes. I mean, think about it. Even when one earthquake, major one happens, it's like a worldwide event that takes a long time on their seismic meters and stuff to even calm down, and it really does affect a lot that we don't even know about. And that's kind of what Todd Atkins went into in his last video I watched last night. I sped it up and just let it talk fast. Sometimes if the video is longer, I'll do that, but he's got some points. It might be worse than we even could possibly imagine. There, to us beforehand, there's no way we can wrap our mind around it, right? So I wanted to run that past y'all. And another thing I was going to mention is, I know a lot of us have had dreams that have come true, and also that are biblical. And like the darkness dream I had, one of the first dreams he ever gave me after being born again was a dream of darkness, long before I knew it was biblical or other brothers and sisters even had it. And I just, saw darkness falling all over the land, and I was kept at total peace until it got to my house and up to me. But why would he show me that if it wasn't real? And why, if it wasn't real, has so many people been shown it? Because it was before I knew a thing about it. So I was going to ask y'all's opinion of that. I know a lot of people have had dreams of 3 days of darkness. He didn't show me that. I don't know if it's 3 literal days. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we don't know until it happens, right? And I don't even know if we'll be here. I would think that we wouldn't be here, and if we were, we would be divinely protected. He's told me so many times, more than anything he's ever told me, is not to fear. So I just remind myself of that when people send me dreams or prophecies about the 3 days of darkness and putting black bags over your windows and demons screaming outside. I mean, that's scary stuff, and I can't fathom how we would be here for that, or the Bible not mention that. But if we were, all I can go by is patterns in the Bible. The Israelites were protected when 3 days of darkness in Egypt and Exodus happened. I mean, they even had light in their dwellings, but supposedly now we won't. I don't know. I'm not trying to scoff anybody who has had this, because I've had the dream too. I know it's real and it's coming. I just don't know if it's literal or before or after we're gone. I take these things very seriously, especially when they've happened to me, and I've seen them myself before I even knew about them. So I'd love to hear y'all's opinion, what y'all thought of that. And I've watched many, many videos on that, and there's many, many mentions in the Bible of darkness, so I was going to ask about that and see what y'all thought about that too. And I was, in my reflecting yesterday, one of the things that the Lord kind of brought to my remembrance is, I don't know how to say this and sound humbly. It's almost like I'm being arrogant, but I don't know how to word it another way. So I'm sitting here thinking of all these things that He's given me, and I'm honestly just a nobody. I'm a believer. I'm His servant, but He was trying, I guess, to remind me how special or precious I am to Him, for Him to even be given any of these things, and anybody else for that matter. And it brought to my remembrance something that I hadn't thought of in decades. And I don't know how to say this either. I was actually not about to be born. I was going to be aborted. My mother was even in the place to have the abortion with me. And not because she wanted to, because she already had 6 kids, and she was older in age back in 1982. When you're 40, it was not, it was dangerous to have a child at that age. So, everybody was telling her to just go ahead and end the pregnancy because she had just found out she was pregnant. And she didn't want to, but they were so poor and already had, 5 kids already. I'm the 6th. So 5 older brothers, and they didn't know what to do. And the doctor was like, you probably cannot have another child. She got, her first husband was abusive and hurt her badly. So she wasn't even able to have kids, they thought. So every time she had severe complications from her uterus and everything being sewn back up and stomach. And she, at the last minute, said, I can't do this, and walked out crying. And she told me that when I was a child. And she probably, of course she shouldn't have, but she had mental problems, and she was just, I guess, confessing to me, since I was the only girl and the youngest, and we were very close friends, and she was apologizing for even thinking to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, why did she even tell me that? I was pretty young. And it just got me to thinking again last night, how precious people are to even be here. It's silly to think about, but even creation, whenever you're born, it's 1 in 1,000 chance that, I don't want to get graphic here, but that people are even born, so the egg and the sperm implanted and everything. So that in itself's pretty rare. And then boom, there I was, almost about to be aborted, and now I'm here doing this. And I never thought that that'd be me, for sure. Because I'd cry when people would call on me in the classroom to speak, and here I am trying to tell everybody Jesus is coming, and to please repent, and oh my God, please listen. And most of y'all know that. But it's surreal to me that this is really happening. This is really us now. Here we are. We were created for this end times timeline. It's still so eye-opening and surreal to me that of all the timelines he chose now to put me in, and why me, But obviously, he knows best. And Lord knows I felt like Moses at first. Please, not me. When he was wanting me to share with others that he really is coming. I did not want to do this. But I wanted to tell y'all that. And if y'all haven't took a step back and just reflected on these things, think about it. Because it's quite telling in itself that since the beginning of time, we were created for this time. And we all serve a purpose. And how precious and rare those who do actually make it and are saved are to the Lord. And I repent daily. Even for things I don't think I've done or didn't know of. God knows what we're doing to even offend the Lord. So I always try to, say my prayers and repent, even at the end of the day, knowing that I've talked to him all throughout the day, and have a relationship with him. And I love him so much. And I wanted to tell y'all that, and how very soon it is. And to please try to tell everyone y'all know, because I don't know when it is. And to me, it doesn't matter to figure out a date as much as the main goal of me making this channel is to tell everybody that he really is coming soon, and to encourage my brothers and sisters who are waiting for him. Because for those of us knowing that he's coming and waiting for us, great is that reward, you know? I'm not worried about the rewards as much as I'm just wanting to see him and be with him and away from this world. I could care less even if it's a tent on the outskirts of heaven, in the woods. I'm okay with whatever. I don't have to have a mansion up there. I want away from this world. The more I learn about it, and the darker it gets here, and the crazier and scarier people get here, it just, to me, it's very telling that I am not of this world. I do not want to be a part of this world. Like, even at the sake of leaving my own family and everything, there's nothing here that I wouldn't hit the door running if I saw him. Nothing. I know even my children are taken care of, and he's got plans for them. So, I know I'm just kind of going off on a tangent, and I doubt that many of y'all are even still on here listening after 26 minutes of me just going on and on. I'm just sharing my thoughts with y'all, and I love y'all, and y'all have been more of a family and friend to me than even my own, and I truly mean that from the rock bottom of my heart. Some of y'all are very, very special to me, and I've gotten to be very close to y'all, and I can definitely see the light of the Father I know in y'all, and keep holding on, because he really is coming so soon. I don't know when, but like I said, I can't imagine why we would be getting these things that we've asked for years, and then just boom, out of the blue, they start happening now. And I know mine now isn't his now, but I think it is very soon. We can't be here much longer with everything going on and getting as bad as it is. So I wanted to share that, and I meant to add this in the video. This is totally off subject, but I know a lot of, especially the girls on here, that are a highlighting madness genie like me, to try to make some sense of it. I was just going to add this at the tail end, that, you know, on real thin Bible pages, mine is about the thinnest I've ever seen a Bible page. I mean, you can literally see through the thing. But I love this Bible. It's called a sword Bible. They make them in different colors, for guys and girls. But the pages are so thin. And the only highlighters I've ever found that work on them, you can get them from like Walmart or Amazon. These are darker. But like these pastels, they're these are my favorites. They're all the same kind and brand. I don't work for the company or nothing, y'all, but I wanted to share. They're a Pilot Friction, and they erase, and they're really awesome. I love them because, like, look, you can highlight, like even that pink and orange that's darker. You see, like, my page, and I mean, it is thin. Y'all can, like, I can even see the words through the page. It's so thin. But look on that page, you can barely see, you know, it at all. And these little magnet bookmarks, they're awesome too. I got them from Amazon. Like, they flip open, but I only got one hand, y'all. They flip open and just keep your page, and they're lightweight. They're just called magnet bookmarks. I was going to tell that to my friends on here. But yeah, I love y'all guys, and hang in there. Don't get upset. Don't get sad. I love y'all, and I know that no matter how long we are here, just like Patrick at Hourly Watch says, he will keep us going. He will give us these bits of encouragements every day. He will protect us. I mean, he's good. He's good. The Lord is very good, and y'all are awesome too. I love y'all. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.